Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, well, now we know we've got a bunch of new info to cover for you, which is, yeah, it's a pretty big deal. The Titan event, ways to get Tholin, Falbeard, the Fusion Soul, relics, everything. Let's dive in. So, first up, this is the big one, and then we've got a smaller one, but still sort of significant. This Friday, the 13th of June, we're planning to launch a special Titan event, and you'll be able to get a perfect soul for Tholin Falbeard and other valuable goodies. Throughout the event, you can earn up to 1,050 points during the first part. That's from actually the 13th of June to the 22nd. So it's not a week, that's over a week and a half. And up to 700 points during the second part, which is June 23rd to July 1st. How many days are in June? I don't know, but that's about a week long. You'll be able to earn a maximum of 1,750 Titan points, but you only need 1,500 to unlock all the milestone rewards. That's pretty standard, but this does seem like it is slightly longer than usual. And if this begins on a Friday, and this is going to cover more than a week, this means that these 1,000 points is going to cover, well, we'll see it here in a second, but a Champion Chase tournament, but it's also going to cover probably a Summon Rush or a Hero's Path the following weekend. So that would be my guess, is that the 1,000 points is Champion Chase on the upcoming weekend and a Hero's Path or Deck of Fate the following weekend. And then the 700 points in the last part, that's covering 7 days as well. That's probably just going to cover one Summon event. One hopes. So that's, I think, what it's probably looking like. Now, the Titan event will feature various rewards, such as a 2-star Gaze of Damnation, and maybe, is that two? No, never mind. I don't think it's two. I think it might be 2 times, right? It's a bit unusual. 2-star Gaze of Damnation, 3-star Gilded Pinion. Hang on. Let me double check this. Maybe you only get one of them, because I think I did get a. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It is star. So yeah, there you go. You'll get one Grail, not Grail of Agony. You get one of the other ones, and they're some of the weaker relics, I'm afraid. I mean, it's still decent to get them, but they're still fairly weak. So you get one Gaze of Damnation, it comes at 2-star, and you get one Gilded Pinion, it comes at 3-star. The Gaze of Damnation, this is okay. It's good for damage dealers with fear. You basically do more damage and take less damage as fears activate or don't activate on the enemy team. It does give you a bunch of accuracy as well. You don't need, obviously, it doesn't need to be on, let's say, a Mashald. Mashald applies True Fear. Doesn't need to be on him. You could put it on anybody in a team with Mashald. So long as someone in your team is activating Fears and True Fears, you benefit. That being said, it probably makes the most sense to put it on someone like Mashald, or maybe a Fortis or something like that. Maybe an Empress, it's okay for him as well. Someone that likes the accuracy, that brings the fears anyway, and yeah, also will benefit from the triangle slot. I mean, it's basically a damage dealer relic with accuracy, but you need to have fear on their team. So hybrid damage dealer, someone using accuracy, probably with fear, but not necessarily, but probably. The Gilded Pinion, I think people are underestimating this one a little bit. This one is solid enough. It's a legendary relic. It's obviously not the best of the best. The Skull of Treason is much better. But the Gilded Pinion's pretty cool. It's got HP and mid-stat speed, so you can reasonably enough get a few speed out of this relic with just a few ranks into it, which is achievable. And you take less damage for every turn of cooldown on all of your skills. And that, again, you got a chunk at level 6, but you get decent bits along the way. I mean, you get this like level 3 pretty easily. You could easily enough get this up to level 4 or something. I treat like 1.5% damage reduction for cooldown on skills. It's fairly consistent. It's a low amount of cooldown, low amount of damage reduction, but it's consistent. HP and speed are fine. It's got 3 gem slots. It's certainly not, as I said, the most exciting relic. It's not sexy, but it's decent. It's okay. In terms of damage mitigation relics, you know, it's not bad. It's probably better in terms of, well, the aspect of Siroth's probably better for just preventing that nuke in arena. And it's not too bad. It's not too exciting, but it's not too bad. But yeah, you'll get one from this, and then you get Tholin Falbeard's 1, 3, and 5-star Perfect Souls, and Avatar, and some other stuff. Now, what is interesting for his souls, if you're looking, number one, are his souls worth it? The 5-star is not that great, actually. Funny enough, there's one specific thing you want it for, but if we look at Tholin, I did a full showcase of him, by the way, if you want to see it. He doesn't mind accuracy because it's going to let him place weaken on sort of everybody. But he doesn't need accuracy for his A3. He doesn't need accuracy for his A2, only for placing the weaken. And if enemies are bosses or minions or from the Corrupted Alliance, they can't resist it. So he's a pretty low value person to build accuracy on. It's not bad, but it's not essential. Whereas, let's say, Thor quite likes accuracy to place his stuns and his decreased speed and all of that. So yeah, you don't really need that 5-star for accuracy. It will obviously make the blessing effect a little bit stronger, but it's not a huge deal. I also, you could give him 6-star for crushing rend. That's okay. But he's probably not a big priority to push up to 6-star with your red essence either, because he's not an arena specialist. So he's probably not a high priority. The 4-star soul is totally fine. Obviously, that's not up for grabs, but you can get the 3-star soul, and then with your gray essence, which is just not that valuable, really, you could purchase a 4-star. So I think it's 300. Purchase a 4-star soul for the crit damage, and that's like your best budget way. The one thing you'll miss out on is the quest over here. Awaken Tholin Fellbeard to level 5 or higher for 320 coalition points. You could obviously just skip. You can just skip doing this. It's fine. But yeah, that's something you're going to watch out on. Now, getting his 3-star soul will get you 220 points in here. So I think that's a good idea for most people to aim for. And we'll see where the relic falls, where the soul falls when this event actually goes live later in the week. But most likely, it's going to be a pretty decent idea for most people to come in and to grab the 3-star soul. It's sort of a why not? It's probably not too expensive. There's probably decent stuff along the way. So unless you're really starved for resources, if you're very early game, then perhaps you could skip it. But I think for later players, it's probably the sort of thing that you might as well, most likely, grab a 3-star and grab a relic or two and see. We'll break it down when we see the actual cost of these events. So we will see. Bearing in mind, there could be quite a bit of summoning. But yeah, I mean, it's possible, but highly unlikely that you could buy with Gray Essence his souls. And I don't think the 1-star soul is even pretty nice. Definitely get the 1-star. The 3-star for anyone mid-game or later, good idea. And then it's an end-game question mark. Do you bother doing this? You could, honestly, for the cost of getting his 5-star soul, you might be better off just grinding the repeat quests a whole bunch of times. You have to do a lot. You have to do a lot of them. You have to do 20 of these to equal one of these. It's quite a substantial chunk, but you might want to do it if the 5-star soul is just not useful to you. It might be very expensive. Again, it's going to depend what relic fragments, what other rewards are there alongside his 5-star soul. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit on the fence because I don't think I will use Tholin. I will, by the way, do an event. In fact, I'll just tell you right now. I think my event dungeon team, I've been running it, and yeah, it does seem that it's 100%. I think for this team, I'll just drop the Aox and put in Tholin, and no gear or any, just whatever, put him in. He can die, it's fine. And I think these 4 champions can do it. I think Lydia Seer can put Tholin in a shield set, even make it a bit easier for Seer, whatever. I think Lydia Seer can solo or duo the minions, and then Bosco's Form 2 kills these 3. And then Geomancer Vogoth can duo the boss in Form 2 from 100 to 0. Aox obviously makes it much faster because he extends the burn from Geomancer, but it's not essential. I think slap Tholin in. I did a video on this team yesterday if you want to check it out. And that will get you this quest. And I think it's probably the easiest way. Like, clear stage 30, I think it'd be very difficult. Very. I think he's fine for the lower stages. I don't see him being good for stage 30, so I think it's this 4-man team, essentially. 4-man team. I think that's how you do it. Yo, shoot me, but I think that's the way to do it, genuinely. So, yeah, that's it. I'll probably still, upgrade his skills and get him masteries and shit, just for these points. I think if you don't do his fusion, like, if you don't do the Tholin stuff, you're gonna make the coalition event quite difficult. I'm up, by the way, I'm on 7,600 points right now. So I guess I'm about halfway. I'm probably, by the time we get the 2x thing, I'd have 10k worth of points. So I'm about halfway. Of course, a lot of that has been these one-time quests. So there are one-time points, the repeat quests, we do have to grind them quite a bit. Right, anything else we need to cover? Yes, there is. On Friday, the 13th of June, same day, we're going to have a champion chase tournament where you'll be able to get a perfect soul for Gracchos, Turndrake, and other goodies. But this is shit. If you take first place in the group of 100 players, you'll get the Gracchos, Turndrake 5-star perfect soul. And obviously the fusion rare, there's a fusion rare in that champion chase. Hey, I'm an idiot. I missed this originally, so we'll edit this part in. But for the champion chase, it is now confirmed it is going to be a 2x Ancients with the 10x for Gracchos. So that's good because I was thinking, right, his soul is coming up, but, you know, his soul's not much use if you don't even have the champion. But yeah, there will be a 10x for him. And I think he's a great champion to pull from a 10x Ancients. It's pretty solid. I do think he'd be helpful for a lot of players progressing. And, you know, he's new. So a new champion in a 10x is always good. Get something you don't actually have already. Great. And yeah, this also makes doing the champion chase a little more palatable because 2x Ancients is the easiest form of the champion chase. They're the easiest shards to get. They give you good value in 2x. So there is that. But yeah, let's jump back to the rest of the video. Now, here's the problem. There's probably going to be Titan event points in this champion chase. So I was hoping to skip this I was hoping to skip the fusion, this tournament for the fusion because I did the summon rush. I maxed it out, but now there's a Titan event. I'm probably gonna have to do the champion chase. And in fact, if we come to Plarium Play, if I come over here and we come over here and we make it big and we come to the events tab, so this starts on Friday. So the champion chase tournament, the champion training, the dungeon divers, the gear enhancement, classic arena, fire night. This sucks. I was planning to skip lots of these with the bonus epic, but now, great. I was really, it was super ideal to skip stuff at the end by getting that bonus epic. But now it looks very likely that many of these events are probably going to have Titan event points. And if you want to do the Titan event, you're going to have to do them. So yeah, this one is a bummer for sure. Yeah, look, 1 in 100 players gonna get the 5-star soul for Gracchos Turndrake. I'm not sure if he's quite as good as I initially thought. He's really solid. He's a great champion, but he's again this to me doesn't really make much sense. He's not the sort of champion that a whale will be really hardcore chasing, you know. So why are we making it a whale event? It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. He's coming in. He's obviously got increased. He got a 3-turn cooldown with the 1-turn block damage, which is fun. He has an AoE, decreased defense, block buffs. It looks like he does good damage, right? He's got ignore defense here. He can ignore defense over here, but apparently his damage actually sucks. So that's kind of a big mark against him. So he's a good support champ, right? He's got a cool passive. You can do 10% more damage. That's great. You potentially take 10% less damage when you're low on life. That's really nice. These are nice buffs. These are great debuffs. But I think the third aspect to his kit was he looks like he does really good damage with his ignore defense built into his 2 attacks. Turns out his damage actually sucks. So that's what I've heard. I haven't tested him myself. He looks cool, but I don't know. I think he's very solid for a regular legendary. You don't really get better than this with regular legendaries, right? Pretty solid. There's a few that are better, but they're fairly exceptional. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he is really that crazy. And he's not an arena champion, which is where the endgame whales would really be chasing. Like Cheshire Cat, he was a great arena champion. Gracchos, probably not. So in fact, no, he's just not. So yeah. And the minimal points are 5,000, but like that's irrelevant because to come first, you're going to have to do, I don't know, 20, 30,000, something stupid. Who knows? So yeah, 72 hours on that tournament. And yeah, that's where we're at. So yeah, big Titan event. We'll see how it breaks down. I'm probably going to do a big chunk of it. I would quite like the relics actually, and I'll probably get at least his 3-star soul. I'll think about the 5-star. I'm not sure. We'll see how expensive it is. I mean, it's possible that they put like the 5-star soul fairly gettable and they put the gilded pinion after it. I think it'd probably make more sense for the gilded pinion to come first, then his 5-star soul. I'll probably try grab a Gilded Pinion. Can't go wrong with some survivability relics. We want to farm Faction Wars hard stage 21. It's going to be a pain in the ass. So, hey, these will help a lot. So yeah, why not? I'm not going to bother chasing this, obviously, but perhaps we'll need to do a bunch of events. This is the problem. Perhaps we're going to need to do a lot of this stuff for the Titan event. And as well, bearing in mind, when I worked it out, you need to do a whole bunch of these repeat quests, especially if you're going to skip like this level 5 soul. You need to be doing a bunch of these repeat quests, so don't sleep on those either. I need to go kill some champs in arena to see if I can get another 15 points, just min-max it a little bit. I don't know. There we go, guys. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully it was helpful and interesting. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.